China has a stealth fighter the world is still trying to figure out, a bomber with a range that covers most of the Pacific, an airborne command system built to direct an entire air war, tankers that extend their reach across oceans, transports, helicopters, recon aircraft, trainers, nearly 50 machines, some cutting edge, some quietly serving for decades. This is every aircraft in the Chinese Air Force. First up, stealth and multi-role fighters. Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon. This twin-engine fifth-generation stealth fighter entered service in 2017 and became China's premier air superiority aircraft. Built for long-range combat, it carries advanced missiles internally while reducing radar visibility. Shenyang J-35A, this newer fifth-generation stealth fighter entered limited service in 2025. Designed as a multi-role aircraft, it features internal weapons bays, radar-absorbing materials, and modern sensor fusion for contested airspace. Now this is the Chengdu J-10 family, China's lightweight multi-role fighter fleet. First entering service in 2005, later variants gained AESA radar, improved engines, and long-range PL-15 missiles for modern combat missions. And now the Shenyang J-11 family. Based originally on the Russian Su-27, this heavy twin-engine fighter evolved into largely indigenous variants equipped with Chinese avionics, upgraded radars, and improved air-to-air capability. Shenyang J-16 and J-16D, this highly capable strike fighter expanded China's multi-role reach with precision weapons and electronic warfare capability. The specialized J-16D variant focuses on radar jamming and suppression of enemy defenses. Next up, legacy and imported fighters. Shenyang J-8 and J-82, known to NATO as the Finback. This twin-engine interceptor entered service in 1979 and specialized in high-speed interception, though aging, upgraded variants still remain active in limited combat and reconnaissance roles. Sukhoi Su-27 UBK, this Russian-built heavy air superiority fighter entered Chinese service in 1992 and helped modernize the PLA Air Force. Though gradually retiring, it laid the foundation for later indigenous flanker-based aircraft. Now this is the Sukhoi Su-30 MKK and MK2. These twin-seat multi-role strike fighters entered service in 2000 and expanded China's precision strike capability with heavy payloads, anti-ship missiles, and long operational range. And now the Sukhoi Su-35S Super Flanker. Entering service in 2016, this advanced Russian fighter brought thrust vectoring engines, powerful radar systems, and high maneuverability, though China acquired only 24 aircraft. Chengdu J-7 and JJ-7. Derived from the Soviet MiG-21, this lightweight fighter served China for decades before transitioning mainly into training and conversion roles. Though largely outdated, hundreds remained active into recent years. Nanchang Q-5 Phantom. This dedicated ground attack aircraft entered service during the Cold War and supported strike missions for decades. China officially retired the Q-5 from PLA Air Force service by 2017. Continuing with bombers and strike aircraft. Xian H-6 family. Derived from the Soviet Tu-16, this strategic bomber became China's primary long-range strike platform. Modern variants carry cruise missiles, anti-ship weapons, and even air-launched ballistic missile capability. Now this is the Xian JH-7 Flying Leopard. Entering service in the 1990s, this twin-engine fighter bomber specialized in maritime strike and precision attack missions, carrying anti-ship missiles, guided bombs, and electronic warfare weapons. Next up, airborne warning and special mission aircraft. KJ-2000. This was China's first operational airborne early warning aircraft built on the Russian Il-76 platform. Equipped with a fixed radar disc and multiple AESA arrays, it provides long-range battlefield surveillance and coordination. Shaanxi KJ-200. This smaller airborne early warning aircraft entered service during the mid-2000s. Built on the Y-8 transport airframe, it uses a balance beam radar system for regional aerial surveillance operations. Now this is the Shaanxi KJ-500 and KJ-500A built on the larger Y-9 platform. These aircraft became China's most capable operational AWACS fleet, combining 360-degree radar coverage, long endurance, and enhanced sensor capability. Shenyang JZ-8 and JZ-8F. These reconnaissance aircraft evolved from the J-8 interceptor and specialized in high-speed intelligence gathering. Though aging, they continue serving in dedicated surveillance and photo reconnaissance missions. And now the Shaanxi Y-9G and Y-9XZ. These electronic warfare aircraft support battlefield operations through signal disruption, radar interference, and electronic intelligence gathering, expanding China's airborne jamming and support capability. Tupolev Tu-154M and Tu-154D. Originally civilian airliners, these aircraft were adapted into signals intelligence and electronic surveillance platforms. They continue supporting intelligence collection and monitoring operations in limited numbers. Boeing 737 Maritime Patrol Aircraft. These converted civilian aircraft support maritime surveillance missions, helping monitor coastal approaches and nearby waters while expanding China's airborne reconnaissance capability. Next, Shaanxi Y-8 Maritime Patrol Aircraft. Adapted from the transport platform, these aircraft conduct surveillance and patrol duties over maritime regions while supporting intelligence and monitoring operations. Shenyang J-16D. While based on the J-16 fighter, this dedicated electronic warfare aircraft specializes in suppressing enemy radar systems using electronic attack pods and support equipment, instead of conventional strike capability. Continuing with tankers and transport aircraft. Ilyushin Il-78 Midas. This strategic aerial refueling aircraft expanded the PLA Air Force's long-range operational reach. Acquired secondhand, the Il-78 transfers fuel midair and supports extended fighter and bomber missions. Xian H-6U and H-6DU. Converted from the H-6 bomber platform, these aerial refueling aircraft provided China's early tanker capability, supporting fighters through probe and drogue refueling during long-range operations. Now this is the Xian YY-20A and YY-20B. Based on the Y-20 transport aircraft. These modern tankers entered service during the 2020s and significantly expanded China's strategic refueling capability across longer distances. Xian Y-20 Kunpeng. Entering service in 2016, this large strategic airlifter became China's answer to heavy military transport requirements. It carries troops, armored vehicles, cargo, and disaster relief supplies across long distances. And now the Ilyushin Il-76 Candid. Imported from Russia, this strategic transport aircraft supported heavy logistics and military airlift operations for decades before newer Chinese-built transports gradually expanded the fleet. Shaanxi Y-8C. Based on the Soviet An-12, this medium tactical transport aircraft supports troop movement, cargo transport, and military logistics while continuing service in several specialized support configurations. Now this is the Shaanxi Y-9. Developed as an enlarged and modernized Y-8, it performs medium transport missions while also serving as the platform for airborne warning, electronic warfare, and patrol aircraft. Shijiazhuang Y-5. Derived from the Soviet An-2 biplane, this light transport aircraft supports observation, utility, and liaison missions. Despite its age, the aircraft remains useful in limited operational roles. Tupolev Tu-154M transport aircraft. Alongside intelligence missions, some variants continue serving limited transport duties, supporting personnel movement and specialized military requirements across selected operational areas. Finally, the Xian Y-7H. Based on Soviet regional transport designs, this medium transport aircraft continues supporting logistics, personnel transfer, and operational mobility across multiple Air Force support missions. Next up, helicopters. Changhe Z-10 and Z-10K. This dedicated attack helicopter entered service around 2010 and strengthened China's close air support capability. Armed with anti-tank missiles, rockets, and cannons, it supports escort and battlefield attack missions. Harbin Z-19 Black Whirlwind. Developed from the Z-9 platform, this lighter reconnaissance and attack helicopter specializes in scouting, battlefield observation, and anti-armor operations using missiles, rockets, and advanced sensors. Now this is the Harbin Z-20 and Z-20S, often compared to the Black Hawk. This medium-lift helicopter supports troop transport, search and rescue, and assault missions, including operations at high-altitude environments. Changhe Z-8 and Z-18. Derived from the French Super Frelon helicopter, these medium-lift aircraft support transport and logistics missions, while newer Z-18 variants introduced upgraded sensors and improved operational capability. And now, the Harbin Z-9 family. Licensed originally from the Eurocopter Dauphin, this utility helicopter expanded into armed variants carrying anti-tank missiles, rockets, and cannon systems for battlefield support operations. Changhe Z-11. This light utility helicopter supports training, observation, and liaison roles across military aviation units. Though relatively small, it remains useful for light scouting and limited support operations. Mi-8. Imported from Russia, these utility helicopters continue supporting troop transport and logistics missions while serving alongside domestically produced helicopter fleets in smaller numbers. Now this is the Sikorsky S-70C2 Black Hawk. Purchased from the United States during the 1980s, these helicopters proved valuable for high-altitude operations in Tibet and Xinjiang due to strong mountain performance. Eurocopter AS-332 Super Puma. These medium transport helicopters mainly support VIP and government transport duties, providing reliable mobility for selected personnel and official operational requirements. Finally, the Eurocopter EC-225. Serving mainly in VIP transport roles, this larger helicopter supports government and senior personnel movement while complementing China's limited fleet of executive rotary wing aircraft. Continuing with trainers, Chengdu JJ-7 and J-7 trainer variants. Derived from the older J-7 fighter, these aircraft support pilot conversion and advanced flight instruction, helping transition aviators toward faster and more capable combat aircraft. Guizhou JL-9 Mountain Eagle. This supersonic advanced jet trainer entered service in 2009 and prepares pilots for frontline fighter aircraft through higher speed handling, improved avionics, and modern cockpit systems. Now this is the Hongdu JL-8 Karakorum. Jointly developed by China and Pakistan, this intermediate jet trainer became essential for pilot instruction, bridging the gap between basic trainers and advanced combat aircraft. Hongdu JL-10. This advanced supersonic trainer entered service during the 2010s and introduced student pilots to modern glass cockpits, advanced flight systems, and fighter-style operational training. And now the Nanchang CJ-6. Derived from the Soviet Yak-18, this piston-powered trainer became one of China's most widely used primary training aircraft, introducing generations of pilots to military aviation fundamentals. Finally, the Xian HYJ-7. Based on the JH-7 strike aircraft platform, this twin-engine trainer prepares bomber and strike crews for larger operational aircraft while supporting advanced conversion training missions. Next up, electronic warfare and reconnaissance platforms. Shenyang J-16D, this dedicated electronic warfare aircraft evolved from the J-16 strike fighter and specializes in suppressing enemy air defenses using radar jamming systems, electronic attack pods, and battlefield disruption equipment. Shaanxi Y-9G and Y-9XZ. Built from the Y-9 transport platform, these aircraft focus on electronic warfare missions, signal disruption, and intelligence gathering while supporting broader air operations through airborne electronic support. Now this is the Shenyang JZ-8 and JZ-8F derived from the older interceptor platform. These reconnaissance aircraft specialize in intelligence collection and high-speed surveillance while continuing limited operational service today. Continuing with patrol and intelligence aircraft, Boeing 737 Maritime patrol aircraft. Converted from civilian airliners, these aircraft support maritime surveillance and monitoring missions, helping expand airborne patrol capability across coastal regions and nearby operational waters. Shaanxi Y-8 Maritime Patrol Aircraft. Adapted from the transport platform, these aircraft conduct surveillance duties, monitor maritime activity, and support intelligence gathering across selected operational areas. Now this is the Tupolev Tu-154M and Tu-154D. Beyond transport use, these aircraft also perform signals intelligence and electronic monitoring missions, helping collect information and support broader military intelligence operations. Finally, support and remaining aircraft. Xian H-6N. This specialized bomber variant introduced aerial refueling capability and air-launched ballistic missile operations, becoming one of China's most strategically important long-range strike platforms in recent service. KJ-500A, an upgraded airborne warning variant, this aircraft expanded operational endurance and improved sensor capability, strengthening command and control during large-scale aerial operations. Now this is the YY-20B tanker. Powered by newer domestic engines, this upgraded refueling aircraft increased efficiency and strategic endurance while supporting longer operational reach for combat aircraft. Support aviation across the PLA Air Force continues evolving through upgraded transports, tankers, patrol aircraft, reconnaissance systems, and specialized mission platforms supporting broader air operations.